Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we are going to be talking about the Demon Lord and the resources you can expect to acquire per month on your account based around, how often Plarium is going to do some of these guaranteed events and the different stuff that we have to plan for. I want you to have a good grasp of how many realistic options there are out there based on the resources you're going to acquire based on the difficulty and the stage of the game that you are at, because the clan boss is probably the best area for consistent resource acquisition. So I'm going to talk about this chart that I worked on laying out for you in this video. Let's get into it. Alrighty, now first of all, I will link down below to the article on our site where it kind of lays all this out for you, so you can pull up this infographic and save it and have this available to yourself whenever you would like. We finally, as of like this last week, got the website coded and ready in a place where we can crank out consistent content. So this is going to be one of the articles that I was able to get done recently, and there'll be a lot more to come. But yeah, that'll be linked down below if you want to actually save this graphic or anything like that. But now let's go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit, and that's let's put this into context for you here in video version. Now, there's a couple different things to take note of, and that is typically you can probably kill 3 clan bosses in a day if you're not going to spend gems on keys. And now a little bit of another raid history 101 is that back in the early days of raid, for about the first like year and a half or so, there was a strategy going around with lots of the high spenders where they would purchase reset keys, or not reset keys, they would purchase clan boss keys with gems, and they would set up these systems where they would clan hop. So they would get like 20 ultra nightmare chests a day. So they would basically get like a month's worth of rewards in one day, just by spending a bunch of gems and throw a bunch of money at the game to buy all these clan boss keys, and then clan hop and kill a bunch of different Demon Lord clan bosses. Now, I never really did it, so I'm not completely familiar with how it worked, but I believe it was patched out of the game and it can't really be done. There's like a cooldown. I've been in the same clan since the beginning, basically, so I don't even know how like leaving a clan works and joining a new one and what the cooldown is and all that type of stuff. And I never did the clan hopping mechanic, but it's something interesting to know that existed in raid for a long time, and people were collecting a ton of these different rewards amongst like the high spender community. But anyway, yeah, and now in the current stage of the game, you'll see a lot of your end game clans. They will at least definitely kill Ultra and Nightmare, and then some clans will also kill Brutal. The reason that you'll see a lot of people just do Nightmare and Ultra and skip out on Brutal is because on Brutal, you cannot get Sacred Shards and you cannot get Legendary Tomes. So it's like, I mean, yeah, it's nice to kill Brutal, but if you're already killing Ultra and Nightmare, is Brutal really worth the effort? I mean, you do get like 5 or 6 Ancient Shards a month and a Void Shard a month, but other than that, you're just kind of scooping up ancillary resources compared to what you're getting down here from Nightmare and Ultra. And also, I should have mentioned this earlier, but down here on the bottom, you'll see that this is based on an active clan killing the clan boss every single day. The reason that is extremely important is because obviously you're going to get 2 chests instead of 1. You're going to get that bonus chest if you're in a clan that is able to take down the boss. That's why it is very, very, very important. If you are a progressing account, if you're early, mid-game, you want to be in a clan that's comparable to you. If you're in a clan where you're ready to attack Nightmare, but your clan is only able to kill Easy, you're going to be missing out on all of these resources. You're going to be getting half as much, literally half as much, because you won't be getting the bonus chest. So getting in the right clan that aligns with your goals and your progress in the game is one of the most important things you can do to consistently progress your account. And also, when the game first released, Nightmare right here was actually the toughest difficulty, and there was no Ultra. So that's why you'll see things like Nightmare being the only difficulty that will drop the Legendary Tomes and the Sacred Shards, is because they wanted you to be incentivized to get to the end game and get to the point where you're attacking the hardest difficulty, because that would be the only place you could get the Legendary Tomes and the Sacred Shards. But then probably about like 6 to 8 months after the game released, it added Ultra. And at the time, we thought Ultra was ridiculous. And back in the day, people would spend 3 or 4 keys just on Ultra and skip Nightmare because they wanted to get the maximum chest possible and get these Ultra rewards. But as we dissected the turn meter and started learning all the theory crafting around all these unkillable compositions and stuff, now all of a sudden we got a lot more optimized teams where we can go after Ultra, Nightmare, and Brutal because we're able to 1-key Ultra a lot more consistently in the end game. But it's not even just that. There's been a lot of changes and a lot of power creep. Like there's blessings now that weren't there at the release of the game. At the release of the game, there literally wasn't even 6-star gear. There wasn't legendary gear. The best gear you could get was 5-star epic. No glyphs or anything like that. So it was much harder to get your champions to be anywhere close to as powerful as they are now. But then going back to the rewards here on the chart, a couple things I do want to make sure you take note of is that the silver is going to be denoted in millions. So this 0.51 is 510k a month on easy that you're getting from the clan boss if you're able to kill it. And then down on ultra, you're going to get 2.4 million a month. And then also something you want to make sure and take note of that I don't think will be a problem for 99% of you, but there are no rare books that drop past hard difficulties. So if you find yourself in a situation where you have no rare books and you really want to farm them or something, you're gonna have to make sure and do hard is gonna be your best your best source of the rare books, because if you're just doing the end game stages, you won't be able to get them. But typically when you're end game, when you're doing Nightmare and Ultra, you don't really need rare books anymore, and the few that you do need for building a champion, like in the secret room or stuff, as long as you're active and doing some of the events and keeping up with everything going on in game, you should get enough. But it's something you definitely want to take note of, is you'll have to do hard if you want to actually farm them and acquire them on your account. And yeah, other than that, it's mostly self-explanatory, but I definitely wanted to take the time to lay this out in a nice fashion so that you can see what is expected per month, because with the, like I said in the intro, with Raid transitioning to really evolving around some of these guaranteed summoning events, I found myself asking myself, like, how long does it take my account to acquire 15 sacreds if they do an event like for Nekmathar, or how long to get 20 sacreds if they do an event for Elva. And what you'll see is that for me attacking Nightmare and Ultra, which doesn't matter because you don't get sacreds anywhere else anywhere, but you can see that you're gonna get somewhere, obviously the RNG is gonna change this a little bit, but you're gonna get somewhere between like 10 and 13 sacreds a month. You know, if you have a bad month, you're gonna get like 9 or 10. If you have a really good month, you're gonna get like 12, 13, something like that. So what that ends up kind of translating to is, if you're not going to pull during 2Xs and you just want to pull guaranteed champions with your sacreds, like if you want to save up for an event like Elva or Nekmathar, you're going to be able to do that about every 2 months or so if you're endgame attacking Nightmare and Ultra. But you can see when it comes to ancient shards, you're only going to be getting about 40 a month, so you'd have to save up for about 3 months to get 120, 4 months to get like 100 and, you know, close to that 150 or so. So the ancients are going to be a little bit harder to come by, but remember, you're getting the gems that you can spend on ancients as well, and you can't spend gems on sacreds. So there's a lot that goes into this chart, and understanding how the different resource acquisition is going to work, revolving around the guaranteed summoning events. But I wanted to make sure and arm you with the knowledge to have this at your disposal to pull up whenever you would like. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get covered for you in this one, and all those links are down below that you'll need. And let me know what you think in the comment section about how the different difficulties shake out and all that. So it's fun reading your perspective. And also remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I will see you soon in the next video. As always, thanks for watching. Peace.